Listen to me carefully. I am judgment, and if I appear in your love reading, it means you are at a point where continuing as before is no longer possible. I am not about punishment and not about drama for the sake of drama. I am about awakening, about the moment when truth becomes louder than fear. I often appear in karmic relationships, in connections that feel fated, heavy, significant, where people meet not by chance and not for an easy experience. With me, it is rarely just a romance, though most often it is a story that changes something inside forever. In my light, I bring clarity, the kind that has been postponed for a long time. At a certain moment, understanding arrives. This is what is really happening. This is what I want. This is what I can no longer tolerate. Illusions don't collapse with an explosion, but with an inner click. The situation begins to appear as it truly is, without excuses and without self-deception. I often point to an honest conversation, not a superficial one, but a decisive one, the kind after which a relationship either moves to a new level or comes to an end. This can be a confession, a revelation, a conversation about the future that can no longer be postponed. I do not tolerate uncertainty. With me, it is either yes or no. I help release the past, old connections, unfinished relationships, guilt, regret, emotional residue. All of this rises in order to be released. Sometimes it is painful, but afterward, there is a feeling as if a heavy weight has been lifted from the shoulders. Sometimes I bring a return, a former partner, old feelings, but not in order to repeat the past, rather so that you can look at each other with new awareness. In such cases, I offer a chance for a reset, but only if both are ready to step out of old patterns. I am also about a mature choice, not impulsive, not emotional, not driven by fear. With me, a person stops drifting with the current and takes responsibility for their decision in love. I do not decide for you. I force you to decide. And there is one more important point. I often speak of karmic completion or transition. Some relationships come in order to be closed properly. Others come in order to be transformed. In any case, after me, nothing remains the same. But now my shadow, because this is where resistance most often begins. In shadow, I am fear of the truth. There is a sense that a conversation is necessary, that a decision has ripened, but time is being stretched. Fear arises of hearing the answer, fear of admitting the truth to oneself. This is the state of, I understand everything, but I am not ready. I can turn into judgment. Partners begin to judge one another. Who is guilty? Who invested more? Who destroyed what? Instead of dialogue, an inner court appears, where each delivers a verdict without listening to the other. Sometimes the truth breaks through sharply and painfully. Confessions, secrets, hidden motives, past actions surface without preparation. If a person is not ready, this can be deeply wounding. I can also indicate being stuck in the past, when a relationship seems finished externally, but internally it continues. Repeated returns, mental conversations, feelings of duty, guilt, the thought of, what if it isn't over yet? This prevents forward movement. In shadow, I become pressure, ultimatums, harsh demands, either this way or not at all. At that point, choice stops being conscious and turns into coercion. I can activate intense self-judgment. A person becomes overly harsh with themselves, blaming themselves for past mistakes, for the wrong choice, for not understanding sooner. This does not cleanse, it destroys. And finally, I can bring a sharp final break without dialogue, without the possibility of return. This happens when the moment of truth has been postponed for too long. It is important to understand one more thing. I am a very large-scale card, often too large for a single answer. When I appear, additional cards are almost always needed because I do not say what exactly, I say the moment has come. The surrounding cards show what the awakening is leading to, a union, a separation, a conversation, or an inner decision. That is why my central question is always the same. Are you ready to hear the truth and take responsibility for what you do next? I am judgment. I do not destroy for the sake of destruction. I raise you up so that you finally stand and choose your own path. And if the answer is honest, I do not frighten, I liberate.